It is now emerging that Junet Mohammed rejected President William Ruto's invitation to discuss matters pertaining majority leadership crisis in the National Assembly at Statehouse, Nairobi on Wednesday, 12 February 2025 after Speaker Moses Masika Wetangula declined to declare Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party as the majority in the National Assembly. Allow me to support my argument with an evidence, and this is an extract from the People Daily, and I quote: "The move came after Wetangula declared President Ruto's Kenya Kwanza coalition as the majority in the House, a decision that has left Azimio la Umoja and Lion MPs paying for his blood." But as the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's allies swore to teach Wetangula a lesson, MPs from the Speaker's Mulembe Nation came to his defense, claiming that he is being unfairly targeted. Insiders aware of the intrigues revealed that the efforts to save Wetangula were being spearheaded by Statehouse, which is keen to have him continue holding his position. Sources disclosed that senior parliamentary leadership led by Leader of Majority Kimani Ichung'wah and Leader of Minority Junet Mohammed had been summoned to the House on the Hill on Wednesday night hours after opposition lawmakers threatened to oust Wetangula, who had earlier announced that Kenya Kwanza, with 165 MPs, constituted the majority, while the Azimio la Umoja with 145 was the majority. Sources, however, said that Mohammed did not honor the invite, thus frustrating the president's efforts. Interestingly, Ichung'wah and Mohammed had been invited to appear on a local TV night show but did not appear, as they had been summoned to State House, said a source who did not want to be named. Now, the lobbying that is going on to save him is on a high level. People are being called left, right, and center. Some of these calls are from State House. Added the source, the leadership had been summoned to State House, but some members from the opposition side did not avail themselves. End of quote. Now, that clearly tells you something is not right. We have an animal in the Republic of Kenya called the broad-based government. What I don't understand, whether this broad-based government extends to the National Assembly. Now, before we proceed, in case this is your first time on the Sport Check YouTube channel, kindly support us by subscribing and turning on the notifications bell. We are on a mission to 7,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and we can't hit 7K without you subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting this YouTube channel. Now, the first question that we must ask ourselves: why do you think Junet Mohammed rejected an invitation to State House to discuss the majority leadership crisis in the National Assembly? I want us to build a background to understand what is going on in the National Assembly. Now, after the 2022 elections, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party had many members of parliament as compared to President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza coalition. In fact, in Senate, the Kenya Kwanza coalition had more senators as compared to Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party. So at that particular time, Azimio la Umoja was controlling the National Assembly. But after President William Ruto was declared president-elect, I'm talking about before he was sworn in as Kenya's 5th president, some members of parliament now decided to shift gears. For example, MDG led by the Member of Parliament for Ugenya, David Ochieng, shifted from Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party. Now, the Jubilee that was allied to Raila Amolo Odinga's coalition, the Azimio, they also shifted. Some of them shifted. I'm talking about the faction that was led by the former Human Representative from Murang'a County, that is Sabina Chege. Now others also followed, the UDM led by Senator Ali Roba. They shifted gears, and that meant that Azimio la Umoja lost some members of parliament to President William Samoei Arap Ruto. But legally, it does not hold any water. Why do I say this? Because at that particular time, there was this post-election agreement. I'm talking about the coalition party's post-election agreement. Junet Mohammed said very well that he received letters, but those people did not leave Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party, and therefore they were still in Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party. And according to him, after the court's decision that declared Speaker Moses Masika Wetangula's decision null and void, now they are now claiming the majority. But tell me, why do you think he decided to reject that someone? Please let me know what you think in the comment section. According to me, I strongly feel there was an order from above. And an order from above can only come from one direction. That is ODM party. Because ODM party is the majority in the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party, if at all it exists. Because to other members of parliament, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party is dead. That is the reality on the ground. Now, I think there was an order from above telling Junet Mohammed, and this order can only come from Raila Amolo Odinga, don't go to Statehouse, just hold on. The second reason, I think this is a strategy that ODM is using to monitor President William Ruto's intention. Do you know why? It is because Raila Odinga is heading to AUC election, whether he's going to win or lose. That is, by the way, in any contest, there must be a winner and a loser. So even if Raila Odinga wins or loses, he is still our son. He will come back to the country. His supporters will receive him. That is not a discussion. That is something that we hope, we wish him all the best. But I strongly feel it's a strategy that Junet Mohammed is using to check President William Samoei Arap Ruto. The third reason, it is a strategy to come up with a plan on how they're going to fight Speaker Moses Wetangula in the National Assembly. Whether they're going to come up with an impeachment motion against Speaker Moses Wetangula, it is not clear. Then lastly, I strongly feel this is a rejection to any attempt by President William Ruto to control activities in Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party. I don't know what you think. You can let me know what you think in the comments section. I promised at the end of my videos to carry out civic education. This is what you need to do. You need to register as a voter as soon as possible. And the beauty of doing that, you can participate in two types of elections. One, general elections. Two, by-elections. Number two, you need to demonetize politics as soon as possible. The beauty of doing that, we can end up with leaders of high integrity who will not steal public funds. Lastly, vote for someone with a vision.